The no contact rule, often used at the end of a relationship, is an effective strategy for healing and moving forward. By cutting off communication with an ex-partner, individuals can create the emotional distance necessary to process their feelings, regain independence, and break unhealthy attachment patterns. This period of no contact allows for self-reflection, reduces the chances of prolonging emotional pain, and prevents the rekindling of toxic dynamics. Ultimately, it helps individuals focus on personal growth and recovery, making it easy to move on from the relationship. Depending on how you ended things with the next partner, this rule may or may not work. However, on this episode, I will be sharing the importance of practicing no contact when it comes to completely cutting off people who are no longer meant for you so that you can move on with your life and attract those who are really meant for you. To hear how effective no contact really works and the benefits of practicing it, keep listening because you don't want to miss this episode. Welcome back to another episode of yours truly. It is I, your one and only host, Druelee, of course. And let's not forget our co-host, Arabelle, as well. She was sitting next to me a couple minutes ago. I don't know where she's at, but again, if you hear her jiggling in the background, that is her. All right. Other than that, before I begin this episode, I did want to say a happy belated Halloween. I know it has passed already. I haven't been posting much when it comes to my podcast because it's the end of the 3 months in the year. A lot of holiday festive is happening. Halloween did pass. I had a great time. I did post a couple of content in my social media outlet. So if you guys haven't checked that out, please do. But other than that, I hope that everyone had a safe and warm Halloween. If you went trick-or-treating, I hope that you guys were warm because apparently it snowed. Okay, we had our first snow. It wasn't as that bad, but it did snow. The weather was a bit chilly, but all in all, I hope that each and every one of you had a good time, whether it's trick-or-treating, taking your kids out, being at home, passing out treats, or to going out and party. Whatever you guys did, I hope you guys had fun. Now we are going to move on to the next holiday, which is my favorite holiday of the month because, of course, it's Sagittarius season and it's my birthday month. Along with that, Thanksgiving as well, and of course, the Hmong New Year as well. If you're a Hmong, you know what I'm talking about. Other than that, this month is going to be super, super busy. I will try my best to post another episode. If not, you guys will have to listen to my mini episodes. I know some of you guys miss my mini episodes, okay? It's very sweet, short, simple, but I think the normal episodes are something that you guys also enjoy because I go in depth with the topic. I give you guys as much details, and it is super long. But if you don't have the patience to sit there and to listen to me blabber and make you laugh and all these nonsense, be sarcastic, then you guys are more than welcome to skip out on my main episodes. But if you guys want to listen to any updates or something short, I do have my mini episodes as well. It's just that I haven't been posting those quite a while now, but eventually I will do that. But other than that, on today's episode, as you guys can read or you guys can see in the title, I will be talking about why no contact is a good way to go, especially if you want to move on with your life and you don't have to go back to someone or something that didn't mean nothing for you or didn't serve anything in your life. There's going to be 2 parts of this episode. The first part, I'm going to pretty much explain to you guys the importance of implementing the no contact rule when it comes to you moving on with your life or moving on from your ex-partner. And then the second part, I will be talking about the benefits of practicing no contact. So there's a difference between those two. And I'm just going to jump right in. It's going to be sweet and simple. I know that I tend to blabber a lot, but I'm just going to be straightforward. And of course, all of these things that I will be mentioning, I will put that on my website, on my blog posts. That way, if you are one of those people that truly want to implement the no contact rule in your life, that way you can move on with your life and never think about your ex-lover, your ex-partner, this is the way to go. Just read it, take whatever resonate with you, and of course you have to practice that in your life to make it work for you. I'm just gonna go right ahead and just jump into it. Again, like I mentioned, the first portion is what I want to talk to you guys about is the steps to implementing the no contact rule. And the reason why I want to talk about this rule or this topic is because I've done it and it worked. Okay. I will give you guys an example because I'm not going to go into a topic where I don't have experience on. Okay. Like, come on. My podcast is all about being real, being truthful, being honest. And all the things that I've said, I've lived through it. I've lived it, experienced it, and I'm just here to tell you guys the truth and that the no-contact rule does work, okay? There's actually 8 of them that I want to point out to you guys. The first foremost is, in order for you to step into implementing the no-contact rule, you want to set clear intentions. You have to understand that by you committing to implementing the no-contact rule, you want to understand why you are implementing it. Whether it's for emotional healing, breaking toxic cycles, or moving on, you have to be clear about your intentions that will help you stay strong during difficult moments. Don't just do a no contact rule just to get back at your ex or to set a negative intention. You seriously have to set a clear intention as to why you are doing this. You want to heal? Then do it. Do you want to move away and surround yourself with positive energy? This is the reason why you are doing it. So that's the first thing. Set clear intentions. The second one is the reason why you want to implement no contact rule is because you want to cut off all communication. You guys, there's this button, and I'm pretty sure all the social media has it, where you click on it and it's spelled BOCK. Okay? When you see that button, you are more than welcome to block anybody that you don't like, that you don't want to see on your social media. Click the button, okay? It will save you and it will not remind you of that person that you no longer want to be reminded of. When you block or when you mute that person on all communication platforms, that includes phone calls, texts, social media accounts, and email. So by you blocking them on all of those things, this prevents incoming messages or updates that could trigger you emotionally to where you might have a reaction to it. So if you know that if you don't have this person blocked and they're still communicating you through all of these outlets, yeah, it's going to make you feel a certain type of way, okay? All these old emotions are going to resurface, and we don't want that. You also want to avoid indirect contact. You have to ensure that you are not communicating through mutual friends or posting indirect messages on social media that can be seen by the person. Now, I know some of you guys are still friends with your exes, I don't know, family members, friends, and whatnot. The only ways I can think of that can prevent you from seeing that person is to unfriend them as well. You don't need to block them. Some people you need to block, but other than that, if it helps for you to not be friends with those people, even if those people didn't do bad towards you, you have to heal and move on from it. And with that, you just have to block those people or unfriend those people. That way you don't have to see anything that they post of that person. And you're trying to not avoid, but trying to disconnect from. Number 3, you want to remove physical reminders. You want to put away any memories that you have of that person, any reminders of that person, such as gifts, photos, keepsakes, or just anything that will reduce your triggers. If there's any items, music, I don't know, food or stuff that reminds you of that person, let's throw that shit away, please. When you have these items in front of you, it's going to make you think a lot about that person, and we don't want that, okay? You also want to avoid going to places that you have associated with them or places that you've been with that person. You want to stay away from places or events that you both frequent together, or just limit places that you go to, because all the places that you went through together or been to will trigger your emotions, will trigger your memories, and we also don't want that too, okay? So again, number 3, you want to remove any physical reminders, either as items or places, of the person that you once was reminded of, because we are trying to move on from that person, all right? Number 4, you want to set boundaries with mutual connections. So going back to number 2 of cutting off all communications, even though you are friends with his or her friends, or you are still friends with family members, you also have to let that friends and family know that you are practicing no contact and you prefer to not hear anything or discuss anything about that person. You also want to limit conversations. If they mention about that person, just be polite about it and just let them know that you have no interest in talking about them. The more the person, friends or family mention about your past partner, you will feel some type of way, and we don't want that. I don't want that for you. If the person that you are still connected to, they still bring up your past, you need to just limit your time with that person, or the easiest way is just to unfriend or not surround yourself with that person. The polite way is to, let's say for example, if the person repeatedly tries to mention about your old ex, respectfully let the person know that, as much as you respect the person and you value their friendship, by them mentioning about your old ex, it's not helping you to heal and move on, and you would appreciate it if they don't mention your old ex. Now, if you mention that once and they still talk about your ex, it goes to show that they have no loyalty for you, nor do they give a shit about you and your emotions and your feelings and what you're going through. With that, you either need to cut them off, block them, not be friends with them anymore. I don't care if they're friends or family. If they don't want to listen to you and they're not willing to set aside their feelings and allow you to grieve, move on with your life, they're not meant for you, and it's time for you to set them boundaries. You either disconnect with them or respectfully tell them. Easy as that, right? On to the next one. Number 5 is to develop healthy distractions. When you are trying to develop healthy distractions, think of hobbies and interests that you used to do before meeting this person. You want to rediscover activities or passions that brings you joy and fulfillment in your life. You want to focus on, for example, self-care. You want to invest in your physical health, your mental health, any activities that will make you feel good about yourself. Go and do that. Things that you stopped doing because you were in this new relationship. You have to go back into those hobbies and your interests and relive them and fulfill them again. And when you are actually doing those activities, it will eventually help you and distract you from thinking about your old partner. Number 6, you want to establish support system. And with that, you want to reach out to any friends or family who are very supportive of you. You want to stay connected with people who uplift you, who provide positive support, and who understand what you're going through, and they respect you enough to not talk to you about that person, or they are doing the best they can to help you also heal and be on your healing journey. Alongside of that, if you don't have any supportive friends or families, you can also seek professional help, as in seeking a therapist or a life coach. Seeking a therapist or counseling or a life coach to process your emotions and receive guidance on how to navigate life's post-relationship can definitely help you, even if you don't have any friends or family. Because even sometimes families and friends, they can't really be there for you, but to talk to a stranger outside of that circle can eventually help you to move on with your life. Number 7, you want to practice mindful emotional control. When you are trying to practice mindful emotional control, ways that you can do that is to journal. Now, I used to journal a lot back in the days when I was fresh off the, I don't know, marriage boat. And I will write a lot about like my feelings and what I'm going through. If you write down your thoughts and emotions, it will help you to process them in a healthier way. If you feel the urge to, let's say, reach out to check on that person, you gotta take a moment to remind yourself why you are committed to no contact and engage in distracting activities. Basically, you just want to avoid reacting to impulses. And when you are practicing mindfulness and you are being able to control your emotions, it will definitely help you to stay on track and actually continue to practice the no contact rule. Last but not least, number 8, when you are implementing the no contact rule, you want to be patient with yourself. Understand that moments of difficulty or temptations are normal. If a setback happens, just refocus on your intention and reaffirm your commitment to no contact. Acknowledge and celebrate periods of success, such as going days or weeks without thinking about the person or feeling the urge to reach out. Take your time. Don't rush yourself. It's not like you're going to get over that person the next following days, the following week, months, years, whatever. It takes time. Depending on you as an individual, if it's going to take you a longer time to do the non-contact rule that will help you to forget about this person or to not think about this person as much, then do so. By you following these steps, you can effectively implement no contact. And that will regain control over your emotional well-being, and it creates a space needed for personal healing and growth. All I have to say is all of these points that I mentioned on you implementing the no contact rule, it does work. I've done it. You guys know me. I've talked about my previous relationship, and I'm going to use myself as an example, okay? I'm so glad that I did this non-contact rule. And by me doing the non-contact rule, I feel more free. My mind and my head is not filled with negative, toxic thinking about my past experience. I don't have that past experience or that past person to dictate my life, my mind, my mental health. And when you cut off that person out of your life, it's so refreshing and it's much better for you and for your mental mind. Imagine you didn't block this person or you didn't block the people associated with that person. They will post things that will trigger you. They will say things that will trigger you. They will find their way to connect with you just to irk you. You have to know yourself. You have to know what are the things that will trigger you to make you react. For me, I know that there are certain things that I will react because I know myself. And in order for me to fully move on, to fully continue healing, and to attract and manifest positive things in my life, I chose to do no contact rule. The no contact rule is only for those who had a really icky breakup. If you broke up with your partner in a bad way, you guys didn't mutually break up, this rule does not pertain to you. Because I know that some of you guys who mutually break up, you guys are still friends. That's kudos to you, okay? But this is more pertaining to people who experience the same thing as me. You went through a divorce, went through a breakup. Your partner that you were with was a very shitty ass person. The only way for you to actually move on and heal, you truly have to do the non-contact rule, okay? That means you need to block them on social media, block them on emails. Ladies, I know you guys are very good detectives, and if the police force was able to hire you guys as a private investigator, I'm pretty sure you guys can find all those people that you know in the past and block them and, research them or whatever. You're able to find these people, okay? If you happen to know your previous partner's, username, social medias, or people that he's associated with, or he's in a new relationship and his new girlfriend or her new boyfriend is trying to stalk on you or trying to go through your social media, all you gotta do is find their username and just block them, okay? Because unfortunately, these people don't know how to block you. They are invested in what you got going on with your life. Don't get me wrong. They have the rights and the freedom to post whatever they want to post, okay? And we all know social media is fake shit, okay? What I'm trying to say is that if you know their username and they're not willing to do no contact, if they still want to poke you and, you know, try to get you into your social media and try to irk you or make you react in a way that they want you to react, do yourself a favor and you just go ahead and block them. Easy as that. If you have to search all of their social medias and block them, please do that. Block their emails as well. Block their family members. Block anybody that you know that is related to him, because some of these people you cannot trust. And if they don't understand that you need to heal and you need to surround yourself by positive energy only, and they want to poke you and they're all about the dramas, you need to allow yourself to block them. It's not hurting anybody. You're not killing anybody. You're not doing anybody. You're not doing anything negative to anybody. You're just helping yourself. That way you can heal. And that's just my major take on this, is that when you actually implement the no contact rule, it's so refreshing. You are healing. You are becoming the best version of yourself. And sooner or later along the way, the longer you do this, the more you don't think about this person. Even I don't think about this person, you know, like I would rather fill my mind with other things that will benefit me. Like, do not allow a bitter person who did you wrong to fill your mind. And it's unfortunate that people are like that. For those who don't have any kids, or for those who broke up with that person and you both agreed to it, this doesn't pertain to you. Unfortunately, for those who have kids, you will eventually have to contact this person for the rest of your life, unfortunately. But for those like me, where you don't have any kids, you happen to deal with someone who is very toxic themselves, you know, this is a great way for you to move on with your life. And I highly recommend you guys to implement this no contact rule. The next set of this episode that I will be talking about is the benefit of practicing no contact. When you are practicing no contact, especially when it comes to ending a relationship, it can be highly beneficial for emotional and mental well-being. And here are 7 important benefits when it comes to practicing no contact. The first one, of course, is that you are healing emotionally. No contact creates a space for emotional recovery by eliminating triggers that might reignite feelings of pain, longing, or anger. And this space is essential for processing emotions and moving through the stage of grief more effectively. I like that. When you practice no contact, you are actually healing your emotions from all of those negative emotions. Allow yourself to feel these emotions. When you allow yourself to heal and to be in your emotions, sooner or later you won't feel angry anymore. You won't feel pain anymore. You won't feel like you're missing that person anymore. It will just slowly go away. Number 2, you're actually breaking the cycle. In many relationships, especially those with unhealthy or toxic patterns, maintaining contact can perpetuate a cycle of manipulations, emotional dependence, or repeated conflicts. No contact helps break this cycle, and it also prevents being pulled back into destructive dynamics. When you incorporate no contact, it's just pretty much allowing you to break anything that was very negative and toxic for you. And that is just clear today, okay? It's very simple. No contact equals breaking cycles or unhealthy cycles that was in your relationship, and you will no longer have to go through those things. Number 3, when you're practicing no contact, you are rebuilding self-esteem. Constant communication with an ex-partner can erode self-worth, particularly in the relationship that marked by criticism or emotional manipulations. When you are practicing no contact, it allows you for a period of time of self-reflection and personal growth. It leads to improving self-confidence and a stronger sense of identity. A lot of times when you are with someone who are very toxic, you may think that they're not, but then mentally and spiritually, they are very toxic for you, to where you yourself will end up just like them. The moment when you cut all ties from them, you do no contact, you are cutting any energy, any emotions, or the person that you were around with. You no longer be that person. If that person was always verbally abusive, you tend to be verbally abusive because you are pretty much, the more you're with the person, the more you act like that person. You know what I mean, right? But once you practice a no contact, you will notice that you will no longer be verbal abusive. You will learn to love yourself more. You will learn to gain positive energy. You'll be more focused to where you're focused on you, your goals, your hobbies, and you don't have that negative energy that's leaching off of you. Practicing no contact will definitely regain your independence. Number 5, you will definitely have clarity and perspective. Distance from the ex-partner provides an opportunity to see the relationship more objectively. This newfound clarity can lead to a better understanding of why the relationship ended and what lessons can be learned for future relationships. When I did no contact, I finally understand what was wrong, what we both did wrong, what could have been better, and I've learned the lesson. It was just so weird. I feel like when you're in that relationship, especially with someone who doesn't have a clear mind, who has no goals in life, who does not want to grow, and they don't want to progress, the moment when you are not surrounded by them, you do no contact, you have more clarity in your life. You are able to understand both sides, because it takes two to tangle, okay? Both of you guys are not always right. Both of you are not always wrong. And there's certain things that you both did in the relationship that could have hurted each other. And I took that time to find that. And I'm not saying that in my previous relationship, that person did everything wrong. I mean, there are things that I did wrong too. When you know that you've done all you can to protect the relationship, protect your partner, and do the best you can to make sure that the relationship is where it should be, and you're the only one that's doing that, the moment when you're no longer with that person, you can finally see clearly that you're not the one at fault all the time. You're able to understand why the relationship ended, and overall, you're able to learn the lesson from that relationship so that you can do better for the next relationship. And this, I will have to say, definitely is true. I live by it, and I can definitely say that when you do the no contact, your life is more clear because you're not surrounded by anything that's clouded your vision or anything that is negative to you. Number 6, when you are practicing no contact, you reduce temptation to reconnect. And I 100% agree with that, okay? When you're maintaining contact with that person, it often leads to rekindled emotions or false hopes, making it difficult to move on. So no contact moves the temptation to reach out of response, allowing for a cleaner emotional break and reducing confusions or back and forth communication. Ladies, I get that you are very needy and you love your man or whatever, or your ex-man or whatever, right? But I'm gonna let you know, stop that shit, okay? He don't love you. He don't love you because he really did love you. He would have done all he can to be in that relationship, but he don't. So why are you wasting your time trying to reconnect with this person? The moment when you guys break up and you still haven't blocked him, you still haven't done no contact, it's a gateway for him to think that, oh, he can just come in and out of your life, and you'll be stupid enough to allow him back. Like, wake the fuck up, ladies. I'm letting y'all know. This is true because when you are practicing no contact, okay, you will reduce any temptation of emotions of wanting to get back with the person or wanting to reconnect with this person. And you guys, I've always used my life as an example. When I did a no contact, I have no desire to communicate with the previous partner. No desire. For what? Maybe if it was fresh, like a year or so, yeah, I would have. Maybe I would have wanted to connect again. But guess what? I would rather be the main hoe than the second hoe. Okay. I would rather be the main woman than be the side woman. Honest the truth. And ladies, you gotta know your worth. You'd rather be the main woman playing the role versus the side chick. We're not no side chick, okay? It's best to just do non-contact. That way you don't have the desire to connect with this person. You have to understand that you are above their level. They are beneath you. Don't stoop to their level. If they're trying to connect you in a certain type of way, whether it's through other family members or people that they know, just say no. There's no point. For what? If they truly did want forgiveness, or if they truly want to connect with you or work things out, why wait years to do that? Why couldn't you do that the moment when the issue started? That goes to show that they truly did not give a shit, okay? Learn from my experience. I'm telling you, the more you do no contact, the more you have no desire to connect with them, because they are not on your level. They are beneath you. You gotta rise up, queen. Don't let a peasant or a slave fucking bring you to their level, because we're not about that level. We're queens and kings, okay? Let's move on to the next one. Last but not least, number 7. When you are practicing no contact, you are preserving your mental health. For individual living relationships marked by emotional abuse or toxicity, no contact is essential for protecting your mental health. It helps to prevent exposure to further manipulation or harmful interactions that could hinder the healing process. Easy said and done, right? When you are practicing no contact, it is protecting your mental health. You don't have another person leeching off of you or sucking up all the good part about you and giving you their toxic energy. All in all, just practice no contact. If you want to move on and you don't want to think about this person ever again, you want to learn from your lesson, you want to attract a better partner than your previous partner, I say do no contact. And like I mentioned, no contact is only for those who were in a toxic relationship. Even if you have kids or not, let's say if your partner was very toxic and you have kids with this person, you're more than welcome to do no contact. If you and your previous partner had a mutual breakup and you both agreed to break up because it didn't work out, then no contact isn't for you. But all in all, I do have to say, by you practicing no contact and by you actually implementing no contact into your life, there's so much positive benefits that will come into your life. You will feel refreshed. You will feel like a new person. You don't have any vampire sucking energy that is holding you against you or stopping you from becoming the best version. A lot of times when you meet people or you get in a relationship with people who just there to suck up your positive energy, to replace you as an individual of their toxic traits or their toxic energy, it depletes you as a person, and you are going to become someone whom you're not supposed to be. You have to be able to discern those type of people. You don't want to surround yourself with people who are going to always keep taking from you and never even offering their service for you. And if people were to ask me, how did you do it? How were you able to move on from your previous relationship? My answer would be no contact. Block anything that is related to that person. Don't really think about going through their stuff. Or even us ladies, we tend to create like fake pages, fake, profiles, whatever. You guys, I do not have time for that, okay? By you creating fake pages and going through your previous partner's, social media just to see how they're doing. Who gives a fuck what they're doing, okay? They may be faking it or put up a show. Good. Like, the only thing that you do is just grab your popcorn and see what other stuff they got going on, okay? Other than that, you need to focus on yourself. just block, okay? When you see that block button, just fucking press that button. I know, like I said, y'all ladies know how to find these people and block them. Since the year is coming to an end, let's just go through our friends list. Let's just unfriend all these people that no longer serve us. Some people don't need to know what you got going on with your life, okay? Also, surround yourself by people who actually cares for you. Don't surround yourself with people that are going to take from you, it's going to use you, abuse you. We don't need that, okay? 2024 is coming to an end. At least we can do is refresh our page, refresh our friends list, block people that don't need to see us, post less. That way people don't need to know what you got going on in your life. And, you know, just be friends with people that matters to you. Yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. Again, like I said from the beginning of this episode, I will post all of these steps and whatnot for you guys. That way you guys can take whatever resonate with you. I hope that you guys enjoy today's episode. There's just so much that I want to talk about, but of course you guys will have to wait and see, and to always stay tuned, of course. But yep, other than that, no contact, block. I love the block button. Some people just have nothing better to do but to just stalk you and trying to see what you got going on with your life, I guess. But block is the answer. No contact is the answer. And look at me, you guys. I'm kind of point where I'm slowly moving away from talking about my divorce life to now being a single woman, and now to just, I don't know, just enjoying life, enjoying what God has given me, right? Let's just enjoy life while we're alive. I'm in the point where maybe I'm just going to take a turn in what I am putting out there when it comes to yours truly. Of course, it's all about me. However, I'm just over and done with, you know, talking about old people, or what I like to call it, old food, expired food. Okay, let's talk about brand new things that I like, things that I enjoy. I would definitely use my past experience, past life, to use an example for certain topics that I will be talking about. But for the most part, when it comes to my content and social media in general, it's going to be a lot different. And I hope that you guys continue to follow me, continue to listen to me. If I am making you, I don't know, laugh or smile, I did my job. If I am too much for you, it's okay. Not everyone vibe with me, and that's totally fine. You're just not up in my level, and that's totally fine. Continue to do you, and I'm going to continue to be me, because your girl ain't no fake, okay? Yes, let me just end this episode, because if I don't, I'm just gonna keep rambling on like I always do. Again, you can always follow me on my social media on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, my YouTube channel as well, and of course visit my website at yoursdruelee.com, where I will be posting extra show notes of my episode. I'm gonna start doing that. And other than that, that is all that I have for this episode. Thank you so much for always tuning in, even though I don't really post much, but whenever I post, it's always something good to stop by and listen. So always stop by and take a listen, okay? Yes. Okay, I need to stop right now. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye!